Welcome into First Take. I'm Victoria Arlen alongside Kimberly Martin, Marcus Spears, and it's Wednesday, so you know that Mad Dog is here and sitting in Stephen A's chair.
The big time chair, right, Marcus? Say something funny, Marky, baby. We can't hear him. Oh, my
He's that funny. He's that funny. We can't quite hear him.
Fix the microphone.
Yeah, no, we'll fix the mic. But we're doing good, folks, yeah?
Yes, we're doing well. Everybody have a nice Christmas, Kimberly?
Yeah. Flew home from Houston.
Houston, you did we got another.
Browns,
Well,
yeah.
the Browns play Thursday night, so you don't have to go to Cleveland this week.
I will be in studio. Announced studio.
Wow.
I will be in New York.
Okay.
I will not be in Cleveland for that
No,
game.
No. That's okay. It'll be a lot warmer, I think,
Yes,
in
I hope so.
studio. Yeah. Well, let's get things rolling because the Dallas Cowboys had a bit of a frustrating 22-20 loss against the Miami Dolphins that came down to a last-second field goal. And at this point, in order to play at least one playoff game at home, the Cowboys will need to win their final two games against the Detroit Lions and Washington Commanders, or have the Eagles lose one of their last two games remaining. But Jerry Jones, what do you have to say about your team's current status?
Trying to be as realistic as I could. I wouldn't trade our position for a better one today. And it has everything to do with how healthy we are at key spots. I think Dak's the best he's been in his career. And I think if you can go into this part of your season in the NFL and your quarterback is playing at this level, you've got an outstanding chance to come home happy.
All right, well, the Cowboys have yet to lose in Dallas this season, averaging a league-best 40 points in those contests. But it's a different story on the road, where they score 18 fewer points per game and have lost the turnover battle in all 5 losses. Not a great position to be in, but Mad Dog, what's more likely? Oh, we got Marcus back.
Oh, there
we got Marcus back.
Hey,
All right, Marcus, can we hear you?
I'm sorry.
There we go.
You in the money
Thank
chair.
God.
You in
Without him, we're
the
dead.
money chair. Yeah.
Without him,
It's live. It's live television. Let's not get too macabre, right? We just got started. All right, Marcus, I'm going to start with you. What's more likely, Dallas one and done, or make the conference championship?
Conference championship, and a lot of this is not just about Dallas. It's about the inconsistency outside of Dallas with other teams outside of the San Francisco 49ers. I'm going to take the 49ers game against the Ravens as just a one-off. I don't think that team will be that bad. It was 5 total turnovers, or 4, whatever it was. I just don't believe that that's going to happen to them again. If it does, I'd be shocked. Let me just say that. But when you look at Dallas, we've seen them play at the highest level, as high a level as anybody in the NFC, and we've seen them be super inconsistent on the road. But I think this team, honestly, with the way, to Jerry's point, like Jerry say a lot, all right, that sometimes I disagree with, but I do agree with the fact that his quarterback played well. Dak didn't have like a phenomenal game against the Miami Dolphins, but it still should have been good enough to give that team an opportunity to win the game. And when you look at Dallas, take it for what it's worth. The problem for Dallas has been the inability to run the football and the inability to stop the other team from running the football. And when you start talking about one and done, that's my only concern. But I do believe that this team can galvanize, and if things go the way that they like to play games, they can have a tremendous run and try to get to an NFC championship. I just think, I believe that the 49ers are that monster that's staring them in the face. The Detroit Lions also, because the conflict and styles in which they play. Now, I don't know what the first game is going to be. I don't know who they're going to have. That's Mad Dog area. That's other people area smarter than me. I don't project who they're going to have to play in wild card, who they're going to play in week 2. I don't know. I'll know week 2 because we'll watch the playoffs. But ultimately, I think this team has a good-as shot as anybody else to make the NFC Championship on that side of the playing field, as long as they don't see the 49ers before that.
Yeah, listen, I can't pay attention to Jerry Jones there, Marcus, on these radio shows. I mean, my God, he never says anything that's that interesting. You're driving around Dallas yesterday, you got to hear Jerry Jones. I mean, really, the day after Christmas?
Yes, we do. Yes,
enough.
we do.
I know, but I can't take it. Listen, why would Dallas there, Marcus? I don't understand. Why would Dallas have a run here this year that's any different than last year? They can't win on the road. They got buried in Buffalo. They lost a bad game in Miami, a penalty in that last drive. They only scored 20 points. They fumbled at the 1-yard line. They're going to have to go on the road again. They're not going to win the division. They're not going to get any home games. I grant you, I'll give you the quick little rundown on the wild card in the divisional round. They're going to play the NFC South winner on the road. First game, should they beat Tampa? Yes, they should beat Tampa. But then if there's no upsets, where are they going in round 2? San Francisco, because they're going to have the top seed.
Lord.
So they're going to play at San Francisco in the divisional round, not even in the conference championship game. You got to tell me they were playing in Philly?
Yeah.
Maybe we got something going on. San Francisco will be that first full weekend, not the Eagles. And because of that, Dallas won't get to a championship game.
I love you, Mad Dog. So I agree with both of you. History tells us we should not trust the Cowboys at all. Marcus, you brought up a great point of what is plaguing the Cowboys right now. Their inability to run the ball consistently, especially with Dak, Tony Pollard being able to score near the goal line. And then also their inability to stop the run. When you look at the NFC, the type of teams they would be facing, there's some strong rushing attacks there. However, Mad Dog, here's where I will counter you, my beloved friend. If there ever was a year where we might throw history out the window for a second, is it not this one? When you look at the field, there are lots of questions about a lot of teams. Even San Francisco, I think that was a bad game. But there are still questions about their quarterback. The Eagles, there are questions about their quarterback, their offense, their defense. The Lions, wonderful. We are so happy for the Lions winning the division for the first time in 30 years, but you do have questions about their consistency and their ability to show up in the playoffs, because this is a place that they really don't go. So again, Mad Dog, I tell you, with Dak Prescott, we don't know which Dallas team we will see, and that is the big question. But if not now, I think this is a perfect year.
Do you trust Dallas to win 3 road games in a row in the postseason? I don't. You trust them?
I do not. I do not, based on what we've seen this season. But Mad Dog, you know this as well as I know, because you've been covering this game a long time, and Kmart is there on the sidelines talking to these players. The temperature changes in the playoffs. And me and you and Stephen A. Mad Dog had a conversation earlier this year. That wasn't the game looked bad, but that wasn't a blowout by the San Francisco 49ers in the playoffs last year. That was just Dallas having some awful offense, right? Even with the turnovers with Dak, it was not that game wasn't 42-10 like the one we saw earlier this year. It's in my heart of hearts, Mad Dog, because I think the San Francisco 49ers are going to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. I truly believe that. But my only step back to saying Dallas being one or done or a conference championship is the fact that, one, this is football. You're always an injury away from everything changing. And I don't know the situation with Trent Williams with the San Francisco 49ers, but if there is an issue, that's a big issue when we start talking about trying to make a run. And Tyron Smith with the Cowboys, will he be available? Which is another big one. So as we start looking at the overall picture in the playoffs, there are way more elements than just saying these two teams are going to be on the field and this is what's going to happen because this is what we've seen happen. We've seen Detroit look like world beaters. We've seen Detroit get pummeled. We've seen Dallas look like world beaters. We've seen Dallas get pummeled. We've seen the San Francisco 49ers without Debo and Trent Williams go 0-3 on the road in the AFC, and then we just saw them get beat bad by the Baltimore Ravens. This is the 1 year, to Kmart's point, where you literally have no idea. Mad Dog, the Kansas City Chiefs look terrible. None of us would have said that before the season started. Buffalo sitting here with an opportunity to get into the playoffs, and we talking about them maybe being the most dangerous team when they were 3 weeks ago sitting at 6-6 in the NFL season. So if any other time, to Kmart's point, which I think is the best one in this conversation, this would be the year where we sitting here scratching our heads saying, how in the hell did the Detroit Lions and the Buffalo Bills end up in the Super Bowl? This is the year that we would say that.
Good point. And then finally we'd have one of those franchises win one.
Yeah,
they've never won one. Lions.
No, you want to see a team that hasn't won one for sure. But Mad Dog, how confident, given everything you've heard are you with the Cowboys winning one on the road?
I
winning a
am not
playoff
confident.
game on the road.
I am not confident, Victoria. I do not think that Dallas. Listen, I think they beat Tampa. They beat them last year with Brady. I think they win a playoff game on the road. I think Marcus agrees. Kimberly agrees. I know that Tampa's played well, and he's had a good year. You know, Mayfield's done a nice job for them.
Got
and
that
they have
nice
played
bonus, too.
Yeah, they got a nice bonus. They got 4 in a row. They've done a good job. So I don't want to knock Tampa. They beat some decent teams. They won at Green Bay. They beat Jacksonville. But Dallas should beat them. But then, theoretically, as it stands right now, and I understand topsy-turvy year, who knows, Dallas would go to San Francisco. They don't play well against the Niners. They don't beat the Niners. They don't play well in that stadium. Marcus's point last year, the game was close. They could have won. But generally, they don't play well out there, and they don't play well against this team. I don't see them beating the Niners. Listen, I'm going to take the 1 seeds. Right now, to me, it's Ravens-Niners in the Super Bowl.
Okay, but here's the thing, Mad Dog.
Which
The question
think we
is,
would love to see.
which I don't know if you know this, but that was my preseason Super Bowl.
Was it really?
Yeah, I
Nice
picked the
job on
Ravens
your
over
part.
the 49ers in the Super Bowl. Lamar, MVP there.
That too.
That
Wow.
too. That
Heyo.
too. But Mad Dog, the question is, do you believe the Cowboys can win a playoff game on the road? The question isn't, do you think the Dallas Cowboys can beat the 49ers on the road? Of course, this team can win a playoff game
So
on the
his
road.
answer is yes.
But they can win in Tampa. They're going to win in Tampa. My question is a logic
Yeah, so
question.
say
They're
yes.
going to win in Tampa.
So yes, say yes.
Don't shoot the
We just
messenger,
waited 10
okay?
damn minutes. We just waste 10 minutes because you want to go through all that and start saying yes, they can win in Tampa.
I just want to add, though.
You are absolutely. My bad, VA. My bad.
No,
Go ahead.
you go. Just talk your stuff,
Tell 'em why
Marcus.
you mad.
Well, he's
Come on, let's hear
sitting
it.
he's sitting in Stephen A's seat. He's sitting in Stephen A's seat, and it's already rubbing off on him. Because last year, Stephen A went down there to Tampa and told Dak Prescott daddy to his face that they were not going to win the game and Dak was going to throw 2 interceptions. We didn't ask you, Mad Dog, can they win a playoff road game? You done sat here and said they could beat Tampa. They should beat Tampa. So just say yes so we can get to the damn next topic. I'm sorry, producer Nick.
It's right. They can win in Tampa.
All right.
They will win a road game.
We all agree. Speaking of Stephen A, though, he's already tweeted out about this position in which
Oh,
you
my
were
God,
asked.
has he really?
He says, how dare you, Mad Dog? How dare you? The unmitigated gall of you. I don't have my glasses on. Gall of you to sit in my chair and be so disrespectful. You are in a world of trouble when I get back. Remember, it's a huge responsibility sitting in that chair. Can you measure up? Enjoy this moment. It will be your last.
I said last time in that chair.
Oh, and there's another one. Yes, first take I'm watching. Mad Dog, I'm always watching.
You know, Steve, it's 7 o'clock in the morning. Take a day off for crying out loud.
Doesn't he have lines to reherse?
Let us do our show. We're better than you anyway.
Mad Dog.
For crying out loud. Oh,
Man dog.
Yes.
He probably shooting his stories. He probably having to do that, or he trying to promote that stupid book.
I got in trouble. Or that podcast.
Man, don't hate
Or that
the book.
podcast that he's going around talking about, that dopey podcast.